Hello, hello. I am not David Meltzer, but this is Office Hours with David Meltzer. It's episode something like 832. My name is Nick Agharkar. I am a tax attorney and wealth advisor with Crown Point Tax and Wealth Counsel, standing in for David today, who I believe is out somewhere in Africa. Today, we have some phenomenal guests with us to talk about entrepreneurship, how they've started their businesses, and how they succeed. And another inspiring guest, Kathrine Farris of Marketecs. Come on in. Hey, Kathrine, how are you? Look at that background. I mean, my goodness. Where are you based?
Well, hello. Thanks for having me. I am up in Maine, actually.
Oh, wow. With the snow.
Yeah, actually, we have a snow day today. Yep, I have a house full.
Oh, gosh, how old are the children?
I have one that just turned 12 and one that just turned 14.
Okay, so they're a little bit self-sufficient, but just probably not enough.
Well, actually, they're very self-sufficient. Yes,
Okay,
I will give my husband and I a pat on the back for that one.
fantastic. That's great. So, Kathrine, tell me a little bit about Marketecs, how it started, and what you're doing now.
Yeah, so Marketecs, we started back in 2009 as basically a digital marketing agency working with consultants, coaches, speakers, and authors primarily. And over the years, as any business that's been around for over 15 years, we've seen transitions. We've had our own transitions. That wasn't even our original name. So it's been an evolution. And today, just like a lot of businesses, we're diving deeper into AI. We're diving deeper into a lot more of the technology, which is something I personally love. And we've also transitioned into just sort of productizing and building our systems as more templates as we go that we can offer wider. And that's where Marketecs Engine comes in.
That's incredible. So, one thing that I think about when I think about digital marketing, especially in the niche you're in, it's quite crowded, right? I mean, there's a lot of folks pitching themselves as digital marketers, or, oh, we can get you clients, we'll get you more close, more leads. How do you cut through that noise and really sort of differentiate yourself in this space?
Yeah, that's a great question because it might feel like it's crowded, but I would say we don't always get that sense. The people that we're partnering with are smaller businesses, right? So they're people that are their business is still very much their baby. They are very heavily involved. Maybe they've even had a bad experience with a marketer making those grandiose promises. And we come in and we partner with them. We tailor things, we customize it, and we can show them really, we're not looking to just make big promises. We're looking to help you take your technology to the next level, take your system to the next level. And there's been times where it's even been a short-term engagement where it's been, okay, the plan is we want to work with you for 3 months, and then we want our own internal team to be able to run this. No problem. We can help you with that. And then we have clients that have been with us for over 10 years.
Wow.
So, we really do build those relationships. And we've had clients that have been like, oh, okay, I think I'm good now. I'm going to do this on my own, and come back to us in 6 months going, hey, I have this new thing and now I need your help with that. And so when I looked at our roster, I think it was last year at the end of the year, we were putting together all those end of year numbers. And I was like, in one way, it doesn't look that impressive because the number of clients we've worked with hasn't changed much over the years, but that's because we've kept them. That retention rate has been awesome.
That's an amazing story. Now, so tell me about Marketecs Engine. It's a new system to help sort of systemize these processes, yeah?
Absolutely, yeah. So over the years, we have used just about every, different system out there. Mostly, like if you think of email marketing and you think of like HubSpot, Infusionsoft, or Keep, ConvertKit, all of those, we've used every single one of them. ActiveCampaign, you name it, we've used it. And we've even got certified in most of them. And then there's been some systems, some sort of all-in-one systems before that have come out that I have never loved. I have always been like, nope, the calendaring is best over here and the email marketing is best over here. And, there's different things do things best until last year. And this is not necessarily that this product came out last year. It's that I was sort of forced, actually, by 2 clients to get to know the system of high level or go high level. And so I have a couple of clients that are a little more tech savvy, and they're like, look, I looked into this. I really think it's going to be awesome. And I'm like, oh man, it's one of those all-in-ones. You know what I mean? Like, I know how this goes. And I got in there and I was impressed. I was super impressed. And the way that High Level works is it actually allows agencies to come in and do what we call white label, where I can take their pre-built software and I can actually make it my own. I can brand it my own, and then I can build all my templates out on the back end. So all the stuff that I had been Mickey Mousing in multiple different systems. We have different things for like selective unsubscribe processes and all of this different stuff that depending on what email marketing you were using and what calendaring you were using and what social media scheduling you were using, we would set it up differently. And we had 1,500 different ways to set up these automations. I can now streamline them and say, here's the template. We just have to change your business name and your logo and basically hand it to a new client if they're in our version of High Level. So it's been pretty awesome. We didn't necessarily have to build the back end. We don't have to maintain the back end, which would be huge. I would need a team of developers for that. But I've been able to go in and in less than 1 year, build out all the systematized stuff that we always use in a way that I can repeat so much easier. And that's Marketecs Engine.
That's amazing. Now, let me ask you, because I know from a long time ago, back in the dawn of the internet, I did some Facebook advertising, right? It was very cheap. Google advertising was also very, very cheap, right?
Yeah.
The auctions would start at like a penny. Now that's unheard of, right? So how does your engine help with that cost control? Because, social media advertising can get out of hand very quickly. So how do you help people understand sort of the cost metrics and then how your system may help control some of those costs?
Sure. And social media advertising is probably just one little piece of it too. If you think about it, so if you have been investing in these different things, like if you do have HubSpot and you have, say, Calendly or Acuity for scheduling and Hootsuite for social media, imagine all of those things in one system where they actually talk to each other and one payment. So now when somebody sends you an Instagram message, they actually get added to your CRM, and you can set up an automation that automatically replies to them and maybe even incorporate AI into those answers. You can have an actual AI agent responding and interacting that could even book appointments for you because appointments are also in the same system. So that's a bigger cost savings right there than just the advertising side of things. However, the advertising comes in as sort of almost that second layer because you can actually build ads in this system too. So again, somebody clicks, a landing page, these are all built in the same system and tracked. You go and look at somebody's record in your CRM and you're going to see they've opened these emails. They've even looked at these web pages. They've commented on these social media posts. All on one view, you're going to be able to see all of that stuff and then do lead scoring and know that this person is a much warmer lead than this person that just joined my list or just opted in for my lead magnet from that ad. And I know they came from an ad and not a regular social media post. So the data alone is a huge improvement. And then again, it's one price for all of it instead of $100 here, $200 there. I mean, I've had clients paying over $1,700 a month just for one of these programs. And now they're paying $300 a month for all of them.
That's fantastic.
I mean, that alone is that huge savings.
Yeah.
And then you get in, the advertising, I feel like is this whole other conversation because we do have methods too. And this gets more into the service side of things, right? Where we have weekly office hours actually. And so people can come in and they can ask like, hey, I'm thinking about doing this ad. And we can be like, all right, well, I would test it with a warm audience for 2 weeks before you increase your budget and dump a bunch of money into a cold audience. And we can talk about different things like that, depending on their price point and what their goals are.
That's phenomenal. Kathrine, where can people find you?
Marketecs.com.
Marketecs.com. I love it. I love the system. Everybody go check it out. We all need advertising. We all need marketing. This seems like an engine that's just built to save you money. So that's fantastic.
That's what I'm going for.
Thanks so much for being here. It was lovely to have you.
Thanks for having me.
Everyone, that is Office Hours number 832. This was fantastic. My takeaway from today is build systems. Systems are what is going to power your business. Systems power outcomes. I love that. Thank you, everyone, for joining us today on Office Hours with David Meltzer. I am not David Meltzer. My name is Nick Agharkar, but I'm happy to be here. Thanks for joining us.